Sri Aurobindo, born Aurobindo Ghose on August 15, 1872 in Kolkata, India, remains one of the most profound thinkers and spiritual leaders of the modern era. His work spanned a wide range of topics, including India's struggle for independence, the exploration of human consciousness, and the evolution of spirituality. He offered a way to bring together the material and spiritual worlds through his integral yoga philosophy. He stressed that human life is a process of transformation that is meant to lead to divinity. His writings, teachings, and life continue to serve as a beacon for those who are looking for a deeper understanding of existence. Sri Aurobindo was influenced by both Indian and Western cultures during his early life. His father, a surgeon who loved British culture, wanted to keep his children away from Indian traditions, so he made sure they were educated in British schools. Aurobindo was sent to England when he was just 7 years old. He went to St. Paul's School in London and then King's College, Cambridge, where he did very well in school. He gained a deep appreciation for European literature and philosophy while he was in England, and he excelled in classics and passed the prestigious Indian Civil Service examination. However, this Western education, which was meant to separate him from his Indian heritage, ended up having the opposite effect. As Aurobindo became more and more dissatisfied with British rule, he began to notice India's wealth of cultural and spiritual resources. He returned to India in 1893 and became a secretary for the princely state of Baroda. Later, he became a professor of English and vice principal at Baroda College. During these years, he was able to reacquaint himself with Indian languages, culture, and spiritual texts, which helped him develop into the person he is today. It was during this time that his passion for nationalism began to grow. Aurobindo moved to Kolkata in 1906 and became heavily involved in the Indian independence movement. He played a key role in promoting the idea of complete Swaraj, self-rule, which would go on to inspire future leaders. He inspired people to support India's independence through his passionate writings in journals like Bande Mataram. In 1908, he was arrested due to his involvement in revolutionary activities, which included the well-known Alipore bomb case. Aurobindo experienced a significant spiritual transformation while he was incarcerated for a year. Aurobindo had his first experience of a series of mystical revelations while he was in prison. He started to perceive the divine presence in all places and in all people, even in those who were holding him captive. These visions were a turning point in his life, causing him to shift his focus from political activism to spiritual practice. Later, he explained that these experiences were the guiding voice of Lord Krishna, who revealed to him the deeper truths of existence and the unity that underlies all creation. After being released, Aurobindo withdrew from active politics and sought refuge in Pondicherry, which was a French colony at the time in 1910. This was the start of a new chapter in his life, one that was completely devoted to writing and spiritual exploration. For the next 40 years, he explored the enigmas of the human mind, the essence of consciousness, and the possibility of humanity developing into a more advanced state of existence. Aurobindo's teachings came together to form what he called integral yoga, which is a complete spiritual system that aims to bring together all parts of human life, including the physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual aspects. Integral yoga, as opposed to traditional yoga practices that often focused on renunciation, aimed to bring together the various elements of life and turn them into tools for achieving divine realization. The objective was not only to achieve individual freedom, but also to advance the development of humanity as a whole in order to create a divine life on Earth. The idea of the supermind is at the heart of integral yoga. The supermind is a state of consciousness that goes beyond the ordinary and connects the limited human mind with the limitless divine consciousness. Aurobindo imagined this as the next step in human evolution, where people would go beyond their egos and live in accordance with the universal truth. Integral yoga is a practice that includes aspiration, self-surrender, and a willingness to accept the divine force. This allows the divine force to work through the practitioner to create change both inside and outside of themselves. Aurobindo started publishing Arya, a philosophical journal that was used to share his most important works, such as The Life Divine, The Synthesis of Yoga, and Savitri in 1914. Savitri, which is an epic poem that is almost 24,000 lines long, is thought to be his greatest work. It combines deep spiritual insights with poetic mastery, examining themes such as love, death, and the journey of the soul toward divine realization. Aurobindo's collaboration with Mira Alfassa, a French spiritual seeker who later became known as the Mother, was a crucial part of his spiritual mission. The Mother, who became Aurobindo's closest collaborator after meeting him in Pondicherry in 1914, shared his vision of human evolution. They worked together to create the Sri Aurobindo ashram, a spiritual community that is committed to the practice of integral yoga. The Mother was skilled at organizing and had spiritual insights that complemented Aurobindo's visionary teachings, which created a sanctuary for seekers from all over the world. Later on, the Mother established Auroville, an experimental township located close to Pondicherry. The township was intended to be a place where people could live together peacefully, regardless of their nationality, religion, or beliefs. Auroville continues to be a living laboratory for Aurobindo's ideals, promoting unity, sustainability, and spiritual growth. Aurobindo's spiritual philosophy differed from traditional Indian thought in that it placed a greater emphasis on collective transformation. Aurobindo thought that the most important goal was to bring the divine to earth, even though many spiritual paths emphasize individual liberation or moksha. This necessitated not only personal enlightenment, but also the transformation of social structures, relationships, and even the material world. He imagined a future in which humanity would overcome its current limitations and live in harmony with the infinite, a future that was characterized by divine life. Aurobindo's impact reached well beyond the ashram, even after he had removed himself from public life. His writings inspired many people, including the leaders of the Indian independence movement. Even while he was working toward a greater goal, Mahatma Gandhi, Jawaharlal Nehru, and Subhas Chandra Bose recognized the contributions he made to India's fight for independence. Sri Aurobindo passed away in December 1950, but his legacy continues to inspire spiritual seekers and visionaries to this day. His teachings encourage us to look deeper than the surface of life and to recognize the limitless potential that exists within ourselves and humanity as a whole. Aurobindo's vision is still as important today as it was in the past. His call for integral living provides a way to achieve unity and harmony in a world that is struggling with fragmentation, conflict, and ecological crises. Aurobindo's philosophy offers a guide for dealing with the challenges of contemporary life while striving for a greater goal by combining the material and spiritual aspects of life as well as the individual and collective aspects. The path he described is difficult, but it is also very important. It is a call to change oneself and the world, to become aware of the divine presence in everything, and to take part in the grand adventure of evolution. He continues to say, "Delight is the secret. You will learn about God if you learn about pure delight."